We're here today to talk about a package of legislation sponsored primarily by Senator Keith Ingram and supported by the Attorney General's office. The aim of the legislation is to reform our election system and to bring more transparency to voters and the public at large. Senate Bill 343 will prevent election misconduct by reforming the way absentee ballots are obtained and submitted. This bill adds an important layer of accountability to the absentee balloting process, and it ensures the integrity of the voter and the ballot are not compromised. It puts important additional safeguards in place through the Election Commission to ensure that each absentee ballot is carefully scrutinized and checked against existing voter registration records. I believe this bill is a crucial step towards ensuring fairness, accuracy, and accountability in our absentee ballot process. A second bill in our package will charge anyone who commits petition fraud with a Class D felony. That significantly increases the penalty for anyone who knowingly signs another person's name to a petition or pays someone for a fraudulent signature. Last year, we witnessed with alarming clarity that our initiated acts procedures need to be reformed. We know that there is a severe problem when 30% of the names on a given petition belong to people who are not registered to vote. There is a problem when we have a petition with over 100 registered voters signing multiple times, including some whose name appear more than 30 times on the same petition. It's a problem when voters don't know who's financially backing initiated act campaigns. This bill goes a long way to fixing these problems. It will bring greater transparency to that process by requiring more reporting so that the public has an understanding of who is funding these efforts. With this bill, those who pursue initiated acts in Arkansas will have to disclose the following: a list of all paid canvassers, officers, and directors, and the amount that each person was paid; a list of all expenditures, itemized by category; and the name, occupation, and address of every person who contributed to the committee more than $50. The final piece of legislation will require all candidates for any public office in our state to submit to a criminal background check. This is important because too often we are seeing issues in a candidate's past create uncertainty in our system. In this bill, a candidate submits to a background check by the Arkansas State Police. The result of that check will be provided to the candidate privately, and it will include a notation as to whether or not the candidate's criminal history could cause them to be ineligible to serve in elected office. The bill will include notification to the county prosecutor and the Attorney General, who have the authority to institute removal proceedings. When a background check reveals a disqualifying conviction, candidates would have the opportunity to voluntarily withdraw from the race. If they decide to place their name on the ballot, however, and they are later determined to be ineligible to serve in office, they will be subject to a penalty as approved by the courts. These measures, we hope, will serve as a strong deterrent to anyone tempted to hide their past legal transgressions from the voters. And it is a broad overview of this package. So with that, I would like very much to thank and introduce my friend and colleague, Senator Keith Ingram of West Memphis. Senator?
Thank you, General. I'm indeed proud of this legislation that has been 5 months in the making. We have had input from the AG's office, the Secretary of State's office, Election Commission, as well as the county clerks. These bills will give law enforcement additional tools to crack down on vote tampering. This cuts across party lines. We have sponsors and co-sponsors that are on both sides of the aisles. I think we recognize that there is a problem, and I think that we are making a very bold statement in trying to fix it. We know that it's an evolutionary process that we go through, that we will deal with some other problem in future elections. But as for now, I think that we're sending a very strong message that people have to have integrity. They have to believe their elected officials, the integrity of their elected officials, as well as the election process. I want to thank Representative Slinkard, who probably knows more about election law because of her service in Washington County in Benton County, excuse me, I lump everybody in northwest Arkansas together there.
They have hills and trees, so you're a little lost over there.
Yes, in many ways, in many more ways. And Representative Love had been working on legislation that mirrored the legislation that I had, and we will introduce that legislation hopefully, if not this afternoon, early next week. As y'all know, there's a big crush with the last day of bill filing coming.